But I did have someone get angry at me today when I was like, hey, when can I do some stuff on your fucking computer? Because we gotta uninstall shit and repair shit and run scans. It's gonna take hours. And he's like, oh, well, I'm actually leaving soon. You'll have the rest of the day to work on it. Great. And then the rest of my day got fucking slammed. So that didn't happen. But
okay, hang on a second. I just got to take a second to say, anyone who complains about that is insane. Because
well, no, it gets worse.
I just was gonna say, I as a paid employee, if IT comes to me and says, yeah, hey, we need to take your laptop for like hours, I'd be like, all right, that means I get to sit at my desk and twiddle my thumb and browse my phone while I pretend to answer emails and get paid.
Yeah, well, either way. So I get an email at 3. Excuse me, my thing isn't repaired yet. You said it was going to be repaired. I'm like, hey, buddy. You said I had the rest of the day to work on it. Not until 3. 3 is not the rest of the day. B.
Fuck off.
B, fuck off. Yeah, true. So, like, the thing is, like, right, it's a software problem. It's not an IT problem. And I was just like, I got on there with him, and I was like, dude, I am going to be honest with you. I don't know how Autodesk works. The best I can do for you is reinstall it. Because I, as IT, don't learn how ERP and CAD software and all these other fucking softwares work. I am not a software technician. I am a computer repair technician. I understand what a lot of the things the software points to, but that does not mean I understand the software.
You can read the map. You don't necessarily know where the map is taking you.
Yeah, or why anything that I'm doing does what it does.
No, you should know where the map is taking you. You don't know how to actually make the map yourself.
Well, that's better. Yeah,
it's not really the best analogy.
Yeah, terrible analogy. But anyway, so you just get fucking
pissed. Part of IT that people don't get. You don't have to understand the software's inner workings to understand how to use the software. That's where some people get tripped up.
Which is amazing because of all the idiots that use Windows.
Yeah, I don't know how to code in Microsoft Word, but I do know how to use Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make my own, but I can use it.
I can't make Microsoft Excel, but I can make you a kick-ass pie chart.
Well, I mean, it's not even that, right? It's like, people think it's like, oh, well, you know how to fix all these software problems, so clearly that means you know how formulas work in Excel. It's like, no, I fucking don't.
Yeah. No.
Bro, Excel formulas, I'm just going to tell you right now, Excel formulas are magic, and anyone who says otherwise is lying to protect the Wizard Brotherhood.
True.
Brought to you by the Shadow Wizard Excel Money Gang.
Yeah, probably. Like, being someone specialized in hardware, no, I don't think I could tell you how a CPU works or how a GPU works, but I can definitely tell you that issue you're having. If I take this component out and put a new one in, it's going to magically go away.
Yeah.
And by magically, we mean at the cost of several $1,000s.
I told you guys about that. Yeah. I already told you about that conversation with my fucking manager.
Oh, yeah.
You just let me do.
Bro, I fix computers. Whoa, how do they set up a server? I don't know. I just fix computers.
I mean, I've set up personal servers, but I was following a guide.
Well, yeah, but not only that, it's just like
that is above your pay grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Do you want me to make you a Minecraft server? Sure, no problem. I've made about 4 or 5 at this point in my life. Do you want me to make you a server for business? You're barking up the wrong tree, and I'm going to need a raise and 6 months of training.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have done it before, but you're going to have to pay me and it's gonna cost.
True.
Occasionally
Like,
you break them more. False statements. I
Yeah.
never break tech more. I intentionally dismantle it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not one of those
that's the
weird
right
IT
fix.
people who's like, I made my own NAS. It's like, no, no, that's above my level of interest. Get the fuck out of here.
True.
That's not
Listen.
weird. That's just a Lethia file.
Listen.
I soldered my own
a
lightning cords to
proper
make sure they're safe.
A proper IT person will not want anything smarter than a printer in their home. And they keep a gun on hand
Yes.
just in case the printer
Yeah,
goes
keep a
rogue.
sh-
The IT
sh-
people
gun beside the printer.
talking about I've got a smart home. It's like, no, they're not real IT. They're stupid.
No, there is a there
That's
is the middle
California
stage.
IT.
There is the middle stage of IT between the tech bro and the shotgun printer guy. And that's the guy who doesn't trust anything the major corporations do. And so he built his own home server with its own MFA authentication software and a NAS and deployment software for streaming and a web filter and, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Not everybody is fucking Linus Torvalds, okay?
No,
Hey.
they're not, but, you know, they exist.
Sign, how's
But
my
he does
favorite
exist,
Royal
yes.
Road antagonist doing today?
Let me look.
Number go up.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I meant you. You're the Royal Road antagonist. But I do want to know how Tanya's doing as well.
Same shit, different day. I've been playing Blue Archive all day. Looks like Tanya got bumped back down from 17 to 19.
Ah,
Of
They
understandable.
did not like seeing it go up 2 places.
That could just be fluctuation in numbers. It's not necessarily malicious. Since you broke the 20 finally.
Yeah.
I can't wait
If
till
it
we
keeps
continue
going
the saga.
down, I'll call it malicious, but...
Yeah. Like, if you drop below 20 again, then I'll start being like, it's supposed to be a little fishy, a little tuna-y.
Fucking Saba.
Oh, that's a mackerel. Come on now. We've been over this.
Look,
I
just-
still
I love
think
the
the big
fact-
announcement is gonna be Saba.
Yeah. Also, no, Killionaire, the shotgun printer guy is not the one who countered things within the machines. He's the one who actually appreciates the warnings that sci-fi has been giving us for decades about don't make the machines too smart until you're ready for the consequences.
okay, but counterpoint,
Yep.
I need my AI girlfriend and my Chobits depression, and I need them now.
Okay, and
True.
again,
Rose.
Atin, if you're ready for the consequences, sci-fi says, okay, go ahead, bud. If you're not ready for
Well,
those consequences,
Max, the problem
away.
with that is that AI is already too smart for humans.
yeah.
It's no, it's not smart.
It's
It's
too
just
smart.
People are stupid.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
Fine,
point.
fine. That is what his point is, buddy. That's his very depressing, prescient, relevant point.
God.
Stein, do we need to go back to elementary school and break down the sentence structure of what he just said?
I gotta say, it's always fun when.
Oh yeah, everyone gets free Sign L's. Sign had unlimited L factory today, so.
Oh,
It's
what
only
the
a
fuck
matter
you
of
mean?
time. This motherfucker can't make it more than a week and a half. What'd he do? What's the big one?
Well, so far today we had a case where he had a pre-assumption about a character and went off on a tangent about how he's going to breed them and got every character trait of them wrong.
What?
No, now, hang on. To be fair, my only thing, having seen Neru, was her very first interaction with the game dev department. It's like, oh, she's one of those. Okay. No,
I'm
it turns
sorry.
out she's definitely not.
Who's the character and what are they from?
Yeah.
It's all from Blue Archive.
Yeah, it's all Blue Archive, obviously.
Okay, son.
Oh, this fucking
literally 50 years.
Stein!
Well below.
Stein!
That is 50 years below your age, old man.
Hold
this.
on. Hold
I
on.
posted that picture.
No. Listen. I just got done being pissed off at Shar Aznabel trying to fuck another teenager. Don't you fucking test me today, sign.
Which teenager did Shar try to fuck this time?
Oh, this one's named Machu. It's the current run's protagonist.
Which, by the way, I have to take a moment. The latest Gundam is not just fan fiction, it is multiversal fan fiction, which may or may not have been a fever dream created by a dying Lala Soon.
We're not sure what's going on, and by the way, there's only one episode left, and we have no fucking clue what's going on.
We have no idea how they're ending this in 24 minutes. Not a single idea. But we are hoping that the ghost of Char's counterattack Amuro is here to fucking ruin Char's life once again.
Anyway, so yeah, I posted that picture. I laughed at Sign when he made every incorrect assumption about said character. And, yeah, another L. And then he had another L today in where he didn't read what someone wrote. Declared Green Arrow was better than Hawkeye in a one-to-one competition with no tricks.
No, I read. No, I fucking read. You misread what I wrote.
No, I didn't.
I explicitly said Green Arrow is Batman, but he does not have the no-kill rule. You take away all of the gadgets, he still has the fucking skills. He doesn't have the detective skills. I'll give him that. He does have the martial skills, on the other hand.
That's making it sound like if you take away Batman's gadgets, he doesn't have... To be clear, the reason Batman needs gadgets is because he's not willing to murder someone. He uses the gadgets to avoid murder. Otherwise, Batman is Deathstroke.
Yes.
Yeah,
effectively Batman.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, we've seen what happens if Batman gives up his moral compass. Well, you get Deathstroke, except probably 10 times more effective.
No, they are. There's been a couple times when, whether because of madness, drugs, evil juice, or just plain old anger, Batman has gone against Deathstroke, and it's like both of them were both kind of like, I could probably kill you, but it will probably cost me my life, and I'm just not willing to pay that right now.
But
the same really applies to Green Arrow, Deathstroke, Deadshot. Well, not so less Deadshot. Yeah. Talia al Ghul, certainly Ra's al Ghul.
Yep. Yep.
Because for all the time Ra's has spent coming back to life, he's still just a dude. He's a dude who keeps getting his daughter / wife / whatever else he uses Talia for to keep putting his body in the magic goo.
Yes.
Then what was his other L? You had another L today. Where was
I did not have another fucking L.
You had 3 L's today.
That second one wasn't even an L.
You are an L. You're an L factory.
You just admitted that yes, Green Arrow is actually badass, and I'm telling you, he would kick Hawkeye's ass. I'm sorry.
No, okay, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Hawkeye is an alien.
Wait,
no, he's fucking what?
What?
No, he's fucking not. He's just a normal human.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. But you do know that Clint is like a decades long Black Ops operative. He absolutely possesses martial skill.
Green Arrow has an equivalent level of training in a different manner. Okay? He's had those Spec Ops people teaching him how to do that shit.
There's a difference
but he didn't do
between
it.
teaching and doing. Yeah.
That's the difference.
And he's been doing.
But he hasn't. Look, there's never been a point when Green Arrow looked through a scope and said, yeah, I'm okay with killing this person. who doesn't know I'm here, who's done nothing to me. Like, listen, Batman and Green Arrow are action heroes. Hawkeye
Yes.
is a murderer.
Is an assassin, yes.
I will say I do appreciate that Neru's hobby is winning.
That's
Yes.
that's a great hobby to
What
have.
is that? I'm sorry, what is this fake Grand Order bullshit? My hobby is winning.
Well,
I tried to look
apparently
into it,
she's so
Hey,
fucking strong that, like,
17.
she was able to solo a mecha.
Neru is
Oh,
a combat
there-
junkie, and she's
it's-
just very good at adapting to the field.
Oh, that's great. I love characters like that. I actually decided,
She got
like,
her
let's
shit
look
kicked
this
in
character
the
up to
first
see if I'm, like, even half right on the personality of, like, oh, this is someone that's absolutely an angry little gremlin. And the summer can be
Neru-
summed
Yes,
up as
she is.
she's an angry
Neru
little
is-
gremlin who doesn't care about collateral damage.
She's basically Ryuko.
Yes, 100%.
Oh no.
She's
Also,
basically
she's
Ryuko in terms of
autistic.
personality.
About
By
cleaning.
a woman who
Ah,
She's
okay.
voiced
So
by
that's
Ryuko,
her,
actually.
that's her obsessive compulsion. Great.
she is
Neru
voiced
is
by the same
just a
person who
menace
did
to fight,
Ryuko.
because she basically figured out how to take out the advanced mech she fought by figuring out its main weakness and taking advantage of it. Like, she is that dangerous
Yeah.
of a fighter.
She's like third behind Hina and
Hoshino?
pink-haired Ebidos girl.
Hoshino.
Hoshino.
Thank you.
Yeah, Neru's just a good fighter. That's her shtick, and she's
Like,
tenacious.
Not counting bullshit like Shiriko Terror. Yeah, she's like third or fourth. If you throw Wakamo in there, it was just plain bullshit.
Yes. What's your power? Explosions. Oh. Anyway, the wheel has spoken. The wheel says we're reading Mass Effect today.
Ah, shit.
It's unfortunate.
Max, I have yet here have a fire safety violation for you.
All right, gentlemen. Oh boy. Oh, I'm already hating this stuff I'm seeing just with a single glance.
Sounds about right.
All right, gentlemen. Let's begin.
We're not gonna get the best part is we're not gonna get decent stuff like Mass Effect, Knight of the Old Republic.
Nope. What instead you're getting is For the Union by Socialist MVP.
Ugh.
Did they eat the most people?
Oh, they did.
Or did they purge or are they the socialist MVP because they reported their mother and father and their baby sister for thought crimes?
Both.
Yes.
What emerged from
Of course,
Relay
they ate their mother and
314?
father and baby sister for their thought crimes.
Exactly. What emerged from
Obviously.
Relay 314 was not something the Council ever expected. They did get humans, yes, but clearly they went through a more revolutionary history where the Soviet Union won the Cold War.
Okay. No. Okay.
Curse.
First of all, you cannot win a Cold War. You can't win a Cold
You
War.
can.
It's a Cold War.
We,
There's no actual war. You, by
no,
definition, can't win.
No, you can.
we won the Cold War because we were the only survivor. You win if your opponent fucks up so badly that their entire nation state collapses.
But
That is
that's
a win
not you
for you.
winning. That's you surviving.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No, that's you winning by default.
That's a
That's
win.
how winning works.
That's winning by default.
Okay. I'm not here to argue the semantics. My point is, that's not how that
Lose.
works.
I don't know. I think it is.
There's no active conflict to win. You cannot look at
Well,
history and
Vietnam
give me
begs to differ.
I said a Cold War, okay? There is not a realistic timeline where you can convince me that the U.S. collapses and Soviet Russia does not also collapse. The Soviet
No.
Union was unsustainable. Gorbachev realized that and was attempting to move the Soviet Union to the socio-economic model that China currently employs, which is limited, highly state-regulated, semi-free market capitalism. Because
The fascist model.
A fully communistic society doesn't work right now. Until you
It
have
doesn't work at
something,
all.
let me finish, Sign.
Well,
Until you have something like, say, Star Trek, where basic amenities
Yeah,
can be
true.
made freely available at no burden to the state beyond possibly a one-time
Mm.
investment,
Post scarcity.
it doesn't work. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work. Because
doesn't scale.
someone is always going to be a greedy cunt and take more than
Well-
their fair share. So until you have a society where even when that greedy cunt takes more than their fair share, no one starves to death because of it, it doesn't work.
I mean, no, it's not even greedy cunt fair sharing. You know, we got shit going on like, even not even California, for example, but just normal farms. If to grow food for a city, you need to dig a well 50 feet deep, but the house that doesn't have a farm is only digging their well 20 feet deep, then the farm's gonna consume the water before the house can. And it's not
Yeah.
about fair share. The fair share is the food's got to be watered so it can grow, so everyone can eat it. And it's like, oh well, then what about the fair share of water for the house? It's like, well, there's only so much water.
Yes. But that's also exacerbated by, like I talked about, right? There were people at the very top of the Soviet Union
Oh, certainly, yes.
who had a quality of life that far surpassed your average American, and
Absolutely,
obviously ground the quality of life of the average Soviet citizen into the fucking pavement.
Well, yes, that's the only way you could provide on a
Intentionally.
socialist
That is
level.
how it works.
Yeah. They starved Ukraine so they could feed into Russia.
Yeah. Well, they also starved
Mm,
Ukraine because
no,
they
they
hated
starved
Ukraine.
Ukraine because
Yeah.
they were doing a genocide. Yes.
Well, yes,
There
but
were
it was
several
twofold.
reasons that Ukraine. I would say there were multiple
No,
reasons
they were
that Ukraine was
intentionally
starved.
trying to genocide Ukraine.
No,
That's
they
why
weren't.
the Holodomor happened. Yes.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
It.
They
Sorry,
They were
that's not an arguable
passively
fact.
no. They were passively trying to genocide Ukraine. They weren't going around and just.
I'm sorry. When I say actively,
Okay,
I
yes,
mean
they weren't
a
going to.
conscious decision was made,
Oh
knowing
yes,
the
no,
result.
they were. Yes, they were making active
Yes.
choices that, in the long term, would result in a mass depopulation event. But they weren't just like
Like, they
going
weren't
around.
putting a gun to anybody's head.
Yeah.
Well, any more than they
Well,
were
some
doing
of
in
them.
the rest of the. I would say,
Yeah.
let's be clear. Any more than they were
Yeah.
doing in the rest of the Soviet Union. That
Yeah.
part wasn't particularly special.
Yeah, exactly. But like they were starving them on purpose, but it wasn't like they were breaking into houses and being like, "You have 2 potatoes." Shoots the mother. "Yeah, you can have the 2 potatoes." It's like actually shoots the father. "We're taking both potatoes."
Okay, I mean that did
That probably happened,
actually happen,
but not
but
in mass
not on a
deployment.
consistent basis.
It happened due
They
to
looked at-
corruption, not because of orders.
Yeah. But again, just so Twitch doesn't think we're trying to erase history here, it was a very intentionally thought out move.
Oh no, Twitch doesn't
To
care about the Holodomor.
No,
Sneaky,
that's the wrong holo.
Sneaky. Knowing our luck, they would. But
Oh, Twitch doesn't care
regardless,
about the Holocaust either.
Oh,
We're
right,
moving on
Twitch is
from the-
Chinese, aren't they?
we're moving
No.
on from this. The point
The Armenian
being-
genocide never happened. That's the genocide that didn't happen.
Not even touching this. We're moving on.
According to
the point
Twitch.
being, the point being, you are not
being-
gonna convince me of a timeline.
Yeah, no,
Where-
yeah, it's just like I mean, unless you come up with some sort of fantasy event where it's like, oh, a meteor crashed down, and this unlocked the super secret magic Soviet technology, allowing them to, atom heart.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would say
You're
if you
saying
do that,
they got
yes. I would say, but
Wakanda
unfortunately, there's no
technology?
Yes.
way. Yeah, but there's currently no way in history that the Soviet Union outlasts the U.S. Listen, the U.S. is falling
No.
apart right now. There's no way the Soviet Union lasts long enough to see it.
Yeah.
No.
Blah, 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 garbage. I mean, so, like, the grammar's not terrible, but it's just generic blah garbage of, oh, yeah, it's from the fucking Turian point of view, and they're sitting here, and they're like, oh, we're gonna choose to be assholes today because we're assholes.
I mean, accurate to a Turian's
I mean,
mindset.
that's typical Turians.
I know, but it's, like, nothing special to talk
Yes.
about.
I was gonna say,
it was a
sadly,
flag. wait,
sadly,
what?
Garrus Vakarian. Honestly, the best timeline for those people, for the Turians, involves Garrus Vakarian being put in charge, because Garrus Vakarian looks at the world and says, how can I improve everybody else's life by sniping an asshole? Instead of looking at the world and saying, how can I make it worse by being an asshole?
The
Fair.
screen bloomed as the relay flared, a ship emerged, Mass Effect static like a god brushing off stardust. The vessel was unlike anything the Citadel had ever seen. It wasn't sleek like Asari, modular like Solarian, angular like Turian, blunt like Krogan. No, we would absolutely create Bluntcraft.
Oh yeah, no,
it was a fusion of everything and everyone. It was elegant,
The fuck
smooth,
it is.
functional.
Are you No. I thought we were about to get. I thought I was about to be delivered space brutalism for a starship. Fuck you, you pathetic shit stain.
I can see it now. They built an apartment block and strapped a rocket to it.
Yes.
Yes.
To be clear,
That is the
all jokes about
communist way,
like
comrade.
there was some really cool, fascinating architecture that came out of Soviet brutalism.
Oh yeah, brutalism made some interesting things. Yeah,
it just
not
happened to
something I would
mostly
want to
like-
be around too much, but definitely interesting.
But yeah, but for
No.
like one or two, like for a public works, but listen, like a lot of the, I'm trying to think of how to say this, the government buildings that were meant to impress rather than oppress.
Yeah.
Of course, you still get some of that in brutalism, but some genuinely fascinating architectural decisions and use of space and lines. And even though you have a bunch of hard angles, positioning them in such a way and creating open spaces to soften the edges and make it more welcoming, while still making it abundantly clear that this shit sucks.
True. Also to make use as much of as concrete slabs as possible.
Yes.
Because this must last 100 years, comrade.
Hey, listen, those
Except
buildings
that
are still
concrete was
standing.
dog shit.
There's nobody in them, but those buildings are in fact still standing.
I don't know, dude. Like they're like Adam said, the buildings are still fucking standing. Like,
yeah,
they're doing pretty fucking good.
I'm trying to remember it. There's one specific. It was a government complex in. I believe it was in Kurdish territory. I want to say. Like it's a fascinating structure, and people go and explore all the time. And it is like 70 years old, and the outside is still the outside is obviously weathered, but it's not cracking, it's not crumbling. The structure is perfectly safe to explore. Absolutely no plant life has managed to grow on this fucking thing because, concrete inhospitable slab.
Yeah, unlike their steel, which now admittedly it wasn't so much the steel either. Like the Soviets actually had fairly decent steel too. The issue the Soviets had was manufacturing, not producing.
What I think is especially funny about brutalist architecture is it's the UK's fault.
True. Always blame the British.
Man, can you imagine how much different history would be if Britain hadn't fucked everything up?
No, impossible.
Honestly, they would have eventually done it anyways.
Yeah,
Probably.
they can't help themselves. They're British.
Yeah, like, as an example, right now, this is a building that has received care and attention, but the Geisel Library in the University of California, that thing is from the 60s, and this thing is pristine.
What the fuck? Hmm. Huh.
Oh, what is this thing?
Where are you putting? I guess you're sending this shit Sneaky directly.
Nope.
Oh, no, I'm going to put this in Fic 9K. This is just a
That
list
looks
of
horrible.
top 50. Yeah, that's a
That's
church.
modern art, isn't it?
That's a church.
That's a modern art church.
Ugh. Modern art
Ooh.
is fucking cancer.
Honestly, it looks like that that looks like a great thing for a digital landscape breaking apart.
Yeah,
That'd
look,
be a
I'm gonna be
quick
honest with
set
you.
piece in
I
Shrine.
just flat out don't trust buildings that have the overhangs.
No, I don't blame you at all. It does not look secure.
I would say, I mean, it's remarkably intact, but
Yeah,
Mm.
sure, for now. And it's you know, and with how solid those sheets of concrete are, I'm sure it'll keep being solid until some retard decides to renovate and starts smashing shit.
true.
Concrete does rot and fall apart eventually. So it will eventually weather and break.
Oh man, if you want to see concrete rotting, check out the German bunkers on Normandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had to make those things so fast that they were using like just whole ass shells. They weren't even grinding them up as filler material, and so they were just shaking apart like even months in.
I mean, they needed quick temporary structures.
I
They
know.
lasted this long.
Anyway, so it was an amazing, beautiful, awesome, powerful ship of Soviet might. Its hull shimmered with matte white plating, dotted with modular red markings. That's not how that
Now,
word
come on,
is
you
used.
gotta say it with the Soviet accent, Sneaky.
Modular red markings.
Yeah, that's not how that.
Modular.
So we're
Red
just
workings,
sliding
comrade.
those markings around?
Yeah, I guess.
I
A
just
star
stickers.
inside of a cog, beneath it, foreign script glowed in red letters. They put RGB on the ship? Are you fucking really?
Yes.
That's not an
But
efficient
where
use
is
of
hammer and
resources,
sickle,
comrade.
Yeah. That's no pirate
Where
vessel.
is hammer and sickle, comrade?
A star inside of a cog.
No, it should
Oh,
be hammer
good.
and
The
sickle.
Communist Mechanicus.
Indeed.
You fuck off.
The Commanicus.
Commumanicus?
Yes.
Comrade, remember,
blah blah
always
blah.
clean poster after
Unknown
fucking,
ship.
because it
No
is
distress
our
signals.
poster.
They're not damaged. Armed moderately. Shields are up. Protocol looks calm. Blah blah blah. Expecting waiting. Intercept range. Traffic. Blah blah blah. Let's break the silence. Cycle through primary
I'm sorry, I just gotta
tongues,
talk to this author and be like,
transmission
you don't understand anything about you don't understand anything about aesthetics or design.
Yes.
or what
Well,
works.
not
maybe.
only that,
Communist.
they not only don't understand anything about design, they physically, mentally were not able to describe its design. It's elegant, yet sleek, yet functional.
Like, okay, listen. You could tell me
Yet
elegant
also
and
blocky.
sleek. You could tell me elegant and sleek. You could even tell me elegant, sleek, and functional. It's possible to combine those.
Yes.
It's very difficult, but as an example, you can look at just about anything that came out of whatever company makes, say, the Bugatti, or you can
Sure.
look at things that come out of Ferrari.
Sure.
You can do those things, but it takes very talented designers a lot of time and money.
Well, not only that, but you also need to actually fucking describe it to the audience. You can't be like, it was a ship that was elegant
Yeah.
and sleek and functional, and it was white.
But also blocky.
It's like, okay, so what does it look like? Elegant.
All of these things.
Okay.
Just use your imagination, bro.
Yeah, I'll just use my imagination.
I will when you use yours.
It's true. Sorry,
Listen,
my
like that-
imagination's already being used up trying to believe the Soviet Union surviving.
Right.
Anyway, so blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
sorry, I got distracted. I was gonna say, you know what? It's like that one author that Lamazing posted. Oh, how does ebony skin blush? I don't know. Use your imagination. Wrong, motherfucker. You are the author. It is your job to stimulate my imagination.
You know, we live in a day and age where it's never been easy to get your hands on information like that. An image search will do you wonders.
Yeah.
You could be looking up. Because here's the thing. If you want elegant and blocky, believe it or not, you can go and look up some things from brutalist architecture. Because there are some
not even that, right?
surprisingly... What?
Just got an AI to generate something.
Yeah, but like...
Literally just tell AI, I want Soviet-inspired, elegant, and functional spaceship. And it's gonna fucking generate something, and then you just fucking describe that. Yeah, sure, it's gonna be trash. It's just literally, but I'm just saying, it's not like they need to do a lot of research anymore.
Yeah.
There's literally numerous free image generating AI.
In fact, let's go see what we plug in. But like as an example, right? Look at the thing that I posted, the article that I posted, right?
Sure.
The bottom left. That is a functional but building that's blocky, but there's still part of it that's sleek.
It looks like shit.
I didn't say it looked good,
Yeah,
sign.
right. It does fit those descriptions of.
I said it
both
fit the
blocky and
criteria. I
partially
didn't say it
sleek.
looked good. I said it fit the criteria.
It doesn't fit it well, but it does fit it. Yes.
Fits close enough.
Yeah,
Listen,
Yeah,
I think
no.
there's
Close enough
better.
where
I
it counts
think
in
there are better
horseshoes and
examples
hand
of like
grenades.
actually aesthetically appealing brutalist architecture out there. I don't think that's one of the best. However, it fits as described.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, AI is good for certain types of things. I had something tabbed the other day. I was like, I need to show this to Sneaky because it was one of the few good times. Like, oh look, the AI generated something cool, and it was a unique effect in a character's pupils. You want funky shit? AI generation's perfect for that. Funky
Yeah.
energy effects
Sure.
and stuff. It's actually really good at that.
In fact, hey, where's our resident AI whisperer? Get someone to do that.
Yeah, hang on, I'll gen something.
I was about to say technically sign because
Oh yeah, he is the AI whisperer.
covers.
Oops, wrong computer.
I'm also gonna try out my Chat GPT here.
Oh no, Sneaky also has an AI.
Oh, I don't have. I'm not
that's
paying for it.
unfortunate.
It's free. Let's
Is it
see
installed
here.
on your computer or are you just?
No, it's just Chat GPT. Let's see. It was a few smooth and industrial, elegant yet functional. Okay. Smooth, industrial, and elegant. Okay. Quote.
And the survey
smooth,
says, obviously, it looks like trash, but
industrial, Elegant yet functional.
Watch it give a Sneaky. Watch it give us a Star Destroyer. Watch it
Oh.
give us a white Star Destroyer.
True.
Oh, please no.
Give us the all white SSD.
Okay, it's generating.
Please just give us a Star. Oh, please just give us a Star Destroyer.
Oh, I got some prompts I need to remember. And there. All right. Ah, there we go. Spacecraft. That's what I'm looking for. Spacecraft.
Oh,
What-
I
what
should
did
have
we wanna
so
add to it?
fucking seen that coming.
Did it give us a Star Destroyer?
No, you all know exactly what it gave us.
I don't fucking know.
A 40K battleship?
Probably.
It gave us a
Woo!
stubby shuttle.
It gave us the Challenger. It's basically like a
Oh.
rounded Challenger.
All right. All right. What tags were we wanting to use on this? Blocky.
No, it is a, quote, smooth and industrial, comma, elegant yet functional, Soviet-inspired spaceship colored matte white.
Maybe leave out Soviet inspired because I feel like that's only going to get us space shuttles.
Maybe.
Like, I'm trying to think if like including Soviet is forcing it to default to like space shuttles.
No, maybe not. Hang on. Let me hit the button here and. All right, it is generating.
Stick sci-fi in there, you're right.
I may
yeah,
not
maybe stick
actually
sci-fi
have
in.
the right stuff for this, the right model, because I've got character generation models loaded, and while they can do backgrounds and shit, might not.
Alright, it's generating again.
Generating.
What the fuck is this? 8% local check bullshit.
You mom.
I mean, it's clearly working. It's using my fucking.
Yeah, it just
GPU.
gave me the exact same picture, except it removed the Soviet logo.
That sounds about right, I guess.
Okay,
Technology.
16%.
It really likes this idea.
I'm not surprised.
I appreciate that Soviet-inspired added apparently a sepia filter to it.
Yeah, it
But
did.
yes, it's gotta look poor and broke. It has to look hungry, comrade. Oh. Okay.
What'd you get?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see where that dumped this.
Well, whatever it is, Sign's happy with it.
Which means it's either pretty cool or it's a child.
It could be both.
That is not the defense you think it is.
Where the fuck did it go?
Oh no, hang on, Sneaky. It's not the exact same. The windows are longer.
True.
Also, there's a little more space between the thrusters for some reason. Otherwise, yeah.
No, I think it just removed a casing.
No, it swapped the casing out. Because
Yeah,
on
you're
the
right.
bottom one, it doesn't have an air
that would be
intake.
why.
Which I don't know
Okay,
why
there
you
we
would
go.
need an air intake for a rocket booster, but
Don't
Soviet
think about it
magic.
too hard.
Ah!
It looks like a Soviet submarine in space. It's actually
The Hunt
really
for
good.
Red October.
You know
In
what?
space. I like it.
That
You
know what? Honestly,
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Describing the prompt that Sneaky used, that's actually a really good looking prompt for a space sci-fi ship.
Now I'm not sure why it has a massive rear observation
It doesn't
deck.
have any. Yeah, it doesn't have any engines. It doesn't
Yeah.
have any
Yeah,
weapons.
Well, no, it has engines, Sneaky. If you'll notice, above what appears to be the center bridge, those are thruster effects. coming
Oh,
out
of
the top.
course. Yes, as one does. Putting
Boy,
your thrusters
Captain
on the mid.
Harlock got really fucking weird.
He got really drunk one day while talking to the architects.
Look, don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
And I just gotta say, that may be one of the best jokes I've made in fucking years. Because I got to reference Captain Harlock. Listen, if you have not seen Space Pirate Captain Harlock, you are missing the
should.
fuck out.
Anyway,
Also,
now that we've confirmed that the author's fucking retarded, let's get back to the author being fucking retarded. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. They send a message. Blah, blah, blah.
You know, like, I could see this being like a space cruise liner. Like,
Yeah, true.
space submarine.
Oh yeah, that actually worked out pretty well.
like genuinely, this is, you know what this looks like? I feel like Soro Sub made this in Star Wars.
It's the USS Titanic 2.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Oh
the first one
no!
worked out
We're
so
hitting
well.
space comets!
Sneaky.
Yeah.
It's the Titanic 2, the extra unsinkable.
Yeah.
Oh.
A comet fucking hits them blindsided because it's going like Mach 25 or something.
Yeah, just for extra like fuck you fate. For some reason, they decided to charter straight through the most dangerous asteroid in the known galaxy.
No. They decide to
Looks like a
charter
Astro
through the
Belt.
rings of Saturn for some reason. That's what it would be.
It's like,
Oh my
is it? Wait, haven't we lost literally hundreds of ships there in the last 4 years alone? Yeah, so why are we risking it in the Titanic 2, the unsinkable? To prove a point. To what?
Okay,
That's really
so
unsinkable.
small issue with the second ship, the rockets are on backwards.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Oh, so they are.
It's weird.
Wait, whoa, hang on.
It also really likes that space shuttle design on the nose.
Yeah.
Because it got that from yours,
Huh.
I guess.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. It feels like they tried to have a Black Hawk and a submarine have a fucking weird ass love child.
I dig it.
It
Yeah.
it may have
Okay, here we
done
go. Hang on.
exactly that.
All right, that one's
Metaphor
not
space
bad.
shuttle-y.
So, like, here's the thing, right? Like,
not bad.
there is a specific kind of ship that's gonna have to exist for ground-to-space transport, because what we're not gonna do, unlike every other sci-fi genre, is the ships we were going to use for space travel are going to be space only. They're not gonna be able to land. They're not gonna be able to take off from a planet's gravity. They are going to be purely built for efficiency in space.
Yeah. You can make whatever the fuck
Unless
you want in space.
unless we find some absurdly potent energy source that allows us to just casually take off from the surface of a planet.
Or
Then
some
we'll
kind
start
of
having a lot of
cheap-
space and ground.
Or some kind of cheat material that makes the energy cost negligible.
Right.
Like
Meets
The
aliens.
exact same
You
prompt,
see, we use
but
dark matter energy generators. Oh, how do they work? Well, you see, first, the dark matter gets agitated, which boils the water.
you what?
It boils the water, of course.
I'm sorry.
Same
Yes,
prompt,
yes,
but
of
a
course. You use the
Soviet
dark
Union
matter to
for
boil the
Even
water.
in the dark future, there is only steam travel.
With boiling water. Yeah, I kind of like the American version of that.
The second one's definitely better.
Okay. I think personally I like the submarine one the best. My second favorite is the US one.
Yeah, for Russia.
Even if
I appreciate that swapping US onto it automatically made it add multiple missiles to the bottom
fighters.
side.
Yes.
and wings. and fighter wings.
And
Don't
wings.
forget
Because if
the
you look
fighter
at the
wings.
bottom, you can see a bunch of aborted missiles.
Yeah. Also, landing gear that appears to be non-retractable at the front.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's. They need to send somebody out to fix it. Changed it up a little bit.
Anyway, so the Soviets send over a data pulse, which is smooth, clear translation with no hiccups at all. These are advanced humans with their Soviet brains capable of understanding Citadel
Capable
speech
of
already.
understanding the language of a species they've never fucking
never
met or
met.
knew about.
This
No,
is
don't
the
you realize
Red
that that's
Dawn,
implying they're
diplomatic
telepathing?
vessel of the United Socialist Planetary Republic Democracies. We come in peace, bearing greetings from humanity and request a dialogue.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that I was playing Helldivers. Because that's what that fucking dialogue sounded like.
Yeah.
True.
Because I'm pretty sure we request a dialogue is a euphemism for several thousand Kalashnikovs firing at once.
Do you think that's
Yes.
what Soviet space tech would be? They just mount like 1,000 AK-47s to the side, and then they open up
Yes.
a hangar bay door and fire them all.
Absolutely.
Yes, comrade.
I also firmly believe that they decided the cheapest thing to do was take the 10 million existing AK frame. Because remember, in a future where the Soviet Union wins, much like Wisconsin has more cows than people, the world will have more Kalashnikov than humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so they simply took their surplus of Kalashnikov frames without taking any away from the young children, of course. Every child has a right to own a Kalashnikov in the Soviet Republic. And they simply retrofitted them into Mass Effect weapons.
Space boat! We're on a space boat!
All right, now we're just looking at Captain Harlock.
Yes.
Shitty Captain Harlock.
Oh no, not Captain Hawk, Captain Tylor. Or both.
You know what? Fair side. You know what I want you to do? I
Yep.
want you ask it to make you a Soviet Star Destroyer.
No.
see if we get
Ask for
anything
a
other than just a
space-
hammer.
Ask for a space battleship, New Jersey.
Space Battleship New Jersey. Yes.
Yeah, we have Space Yamato. We need Space Battleship, New Jersey.
That's true. We have the Space Battleship Yamato.
Anyway,
Okay,
did
throw
he
that in
say
there.
they're a union? There is already a union, you fucking nitwit. It's called the Solarian Union.
Why are they concerned about a union?
Oh, they're
You have the
they're
Asari
anti-communist, Atin.
United.
No,
We
they
hate
have
communism.
They have the Asari Republics, the Solarian Union, and the Turian
Hierarchy.
ass
Hegemony.
fuckers, whatever they are.
Yeah, basically.
The
Space
Turian
Nazis.
butt buddies, whatever they call them.
Yeah, basically.
You have the Volus conglomerate, I think?
Yes.
Really leaning hard on the techno
There you go,
union
Sneaky.
button there.
Space New Jersey. I appreciate the fucking rocket boost. No, it's a rocket booster.
This rocket
I
boat.
know. Why does it have an aborted airstrip?
Because it's got fighters, obviously.
Obviously. Well, you gotta put the fighter somewhere, Atin.
Why does it look like there's a fighter half disassembled already on?
Yeah.
Because
That's
there
the,
is, it's under maintenance.
Yeah, yeah.
I also appreciate that the Space Battleship New Jersey has 2 guns. and they
Three
point
Citadels.
forwards.
No, it's got several. It's got the 2 big ones on top and 1 on the bottom.
That's not a
Or
gun.
whatever the hell that is on the bottom.
That's not a gun.
What's that?
I don't know what the
That's a
hell that
lump.
is, but
It's a ship cancer.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
is
It's
that what
got
happens when
ship
a ship girl
cancer.
gets cancer?
Yes.
Yes.
I do appreciate that if you visit the USS New Jersey for a tour, they do make sure to mention to you during the tour that at any time the New Jersey government can reactivate the USS New Jersey and make it battle ready again.
That's
Listen.
unfortunate.
That's amazing. That's almost as great to me as the reminder that this is one of the things they'll tell you at Cantini, which is a location somewhat close to me. It's a bit of a drive, but it is somewhat close to me, which is great because they have their own little tank park. And one of the things that tour guides will occasionally remind you of is that, yeah, most of these tanks could be reactivated. They just have to take the concrete plug out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, on top
The-
of
Yeah,
that,
that's a plug.
fun story as well is that the USS New Jersey Museum has fully embraced Azure Lane and sells USS New Jersey approved gin and tonic.
Wait, do they please tell me they actually have a deal with the Azure Lane people?
Oh yeah, no, they sell New Jersey merch.
I'm not
Oh my
surprised in the slightest.
God, that's amazing. I have to go there. I have to go to the fucking. I have to go visit the New Jersey with someone and just be like, "Oh yeah, you don't know about this?" I'm gonna convince them that they went to Azure Lane and sponsored them to make the New Jersey just to continue traumatizing the Japanese people. Because you would believe that New Jersey did that, wouldn't you?
Of course, obviously.
Listen, we might not be able to afford to pipe water to our outlying settlements, but we needed to make sure to remind the Japanese that we're still watching.
Yeah, the USS New
Yes.
Jersey has been involved in several collaborations with the Azure Lane franchise. Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial, located in Camden, has participated in multiple events and partnerships with Azure Lane, connecting the game and real-life museum ships. In 2023, CarrierCon held a wait, CarrierCon. Azure Lane collaborated with CarrierCon, a
What is
convention
CarrierCon?
for
What do you
people
think
who
it
are
sounds
carrier enthusiasts. Azure Lane collaborated with CarrierCon, a convention held aboard Hornet 2.
Nice.
Panelists included New Jersey's curator and Azure Lane streamer and content creator, Azure Lane Meta.
What?
Oh, God. Various museums, curators, museum ships. Yeah, Azure Lane merchant collab. Yeah. So they
I guess
posted
real-
this.
Yeah.
This is a real video.
All about my Get the fuck out.
Got my stern. Oh. Okay.
The Battleship New Jersey. The Battleship New Jersey has a YouTube channel. I'm going there.
Of course it does.
Man, we're over here having fun talking about New Jersey and New Jersey working together. And Phoenix is over here trying to just ruin it all with the cultivation stories.
Nah.
Tisk,
Of course.
tisk.
I will say, someone does bring up no one's as horny as the Navy. True. I will say,
True.
No, hang on. I think tankers are pretty horny.
not as
But
horny
the-
as the Navy.
I'm
No, you don't
sorry,
understand.
The
Tankers
Navy's broken
are
name
basement
to
horny.
themselves.
The Navy,
Go on.
the Navy's obsessed with their ships. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Well,
about to say, wasn't there like a thing about some old Navy guy like who bought a Contempt collection
Yes.
figure of his
Not
ship?
not just one
Yes.
guy. This was a
There's a
known
lot of
thing, is that surviving sailors of the various ships, obviously there's not too many left, but surviving sailors of the various ships would come in whenever they released a new Azure Lane figure, and they would scoop them all up. They were the ones buying them all, because they're like, oh, I served on the ship that sunk this bitch. This is going in my collection.
Yep. Yep.
You fucking kid.
Fucking- Oh, I love our military sometimes.
the
Every
chair
branch has
force.
something weird about it.
The chair force is notorious.
Every single
for the plane
branch,
fuckers.
it's like, what?
Well,
Alright,
yes,
what
the
weird
chair
shit-
force is notorious plane fuckers. That is true.
Like you think the Navy is obsessed? No. Air Force.
No. The
Air Force
Navy
has
is
a
horny
special
and obsessed.
relationship
No,
with their
no.
planes.
Yeah. The Navy is horny and obsessed with their ships. The Air Force wants to fuck their planes.
Yes.
There is a difference. This is a real thing. An actual study was done by the U.S. Air Force because they were noticing certain trends among the soldiery and the opinions they kind of had about planes. And so they did a study, and they found out that if the soldiers were horny for the planes, then they were 34% more likely to perform at a higher quality of maintenance than a soldier that wasn't horny for the plane. So they were
Yeah, they
like,
work
all
harder.
right, fuck it. It's just, okay, not fuck it,
We'll allow
but
it.
we'll allow
Don't
it.
fuck
But yeah,
What?
they were
Okay,
like,
wait, Stein, what is this thing you posted? This
it's
abomination of a
doing
ramming
considerations
ship
at this point.
with what
No.
appears to be a Gatling gun on the bottom?
that's clearly a space F-35.
Which one, the latest one or the one?
No, the
above
one
it?
above it.
I don't fucking know. Apparently,
No, that's
here we
clearly just an A-20.
Space A-20.
Space A-20, yes. Hey, it's got some ideas about ships. I can't say they're all correct.
No.
I like that the second
Most
one
of them
has
are
what
deeply incorrect.
I like that this recent one here, sign looks like there's about to be something exploding from the center of the hull.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's
it
all
looks
that
like it was
downward
taking
force from the
damage.
rockets, Max.
Well, it doesn't look like it's taking damage. It looks like it's about to take damage internally.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. The orange glow there. It looks like it's
That's
cooking
the
off
glow of
ammo.
something about to rupture from the inside to the outside.
Yes. A little bit.
Okay. But yeah, they were selling alcohol. Let me see if I can't find the alcohol.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you tested that?
I was gonna buy some, but it was like $50, and I was like, that's a bit much.
You don't want your novelty alcohol?
Well, no, because I would drink it.
That's the point of alcohol, isn't it?
I
Other than
don't
to
I don't
look out
collect
of the
shit
shelf?
to just collect it, you know.
Anything Sneaky has as a collectible has been gifts from friends over the years.
Pretty much, yeah. Drinkware. Oh, I guess they don't sell it anymore? Yeah, I guess it was just a limited run. That makes sense, I suppose. Wait, why is Battleship New Jersey Museum selling handcrafted carpentry?
To make money, obviously. Duh.
I'm aware, but just who's like, oh yes, I buy my wood tables and chairs from Battleship
The
New
Battleship
Jersey
New
Museum.com.
You mean you don't?
If it works, it works.
Okay, so it's just a bunch of general deck teak. Oh, interesting. Oh, so I guess whenever they replace the teak on the deck, they carve it into artifacts and sell it.
That's neat.
Oh,
Kind of cool. But the alcohol.
yeah, they don't do the alcohol anymore, I guess.
That's
That sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, so big alpha brain humanity of Soviet power. On the strange ship that appeared from the void like a ghost of a future yet unwritten. This is AI. This is AI written. This is
Oh, yeah.
3000
That has to be AI.
AI written. How communist of him. A thousand thoughts bloomed in their minds. Where were they from? That's one thought, author. Above all, he felt it again, the sensation of standing on the precipice, the unshakable awareness of nothing being the same again. They answered, sir, they are real. Red Dawn, blah blah blah, social planet, blah blah blah, humanity's so amazing. Son of a steelworker from Detroit, blah blah blah, communism, blah blah blah, Soviet power, fortify the core worlds. They made fortress worlds before they opened up Relay 314 because they just knew there would be aliens on the other side. I had a
Battleship
teacher
New
today
Jersey has
tell me
some
they're finding it
interesting
nearly
beer
impossible to
mugs.
distinguish AI gen from real. I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. If everything's really, really stationary and it's just like someone talking in the picture, um, I can understand why it might be a little bit hard to distinguish, but I'm really not finding an issue telling the two apart. I don't know. That's just me. Time for dialogue and expansions now. Um, the Science Commission, blah blah blah. Solidarity, blah blah blah. Red Dawn. Weight of support that felt tangible in his chest. The stars beyond the relay were shimmering like old promises to be claimed. Oh, text work, not images and video? Oh no, God, it's so fucking easy to tell the difference.
Yeah.
If you train the AI on just your text, I can certainly see why it would be harder to tell the difference because the the ease of being able to distinguish AI from real writing is solely due to the multiple information sources that the AI incorporates into its writing. And so it gives very noticeable tells for me to be able to distinguish the two. But
Yeah.
if you just train it off your own writing, like if you just trained it off the dictionary, um, and some classic works or something, and then you solely trained it off of your own writing to thematicize it, then I can certainly see it would be very difficult for some to tell the difference between you writing something and the AI writing something. Unless of course you're absolute dog shit at writing, and then it would be kind of obvious then, of course, you know.
That's
What AI are they even installing to use for this shit?
Probably ChatGPT.
yeah.
But
It's almost
ChatGPT
certain.
is fucking garbage.
Yes.
It's
No.
not one of the specific the writing specific ones.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if
Like,
you
it's
take
a general AI.
if you take a base model of ChatGPT, feed it some Tolstoy, some Shakespeare, and then feed it every term paper you've ever written,
I mean,
and
you'd
then
have
run
to
it,
do a
and then
lot of refining, and you'd have to be
yeah.
running on its own separate branch. But yeah, it would be better.
Also, if you then ran it through, like if you have like Grammarly or something running through it, uh, you could do it. Like, listen, I'm sure there's like a sixth grader right now who's got
Hmm.
that model on lock, and guess what? They're gonna
Um,
cruise through.
I don't think so. I see. I think the problem is we're seeing too much atrophy occur at too early of an age.
Fair. You know what? If it had been our generation, I'd have seen it. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like the problem is that a sixth grader is gonna know how to use ChatGPT, but they're not going to be literate enough or well read enough to understand how to guide the AI into writing something that isn't generic.
True.
They might not even know how to install it. I mean, if somebody would have to install it for them, unless they're using the web-based interface.
Yeah, that too. That too. I mean, that's a very actual major issue with a lot of the newer generation is they have no idea how to install anything anymore because app stores took care of it all.
Apps just work, man. You just install them and they work. What do you mean I have to make selections and
No,
choose options?
like here's what I'll say. There's a certain level of that I appreciate because, like, look, if I need to go and mod a game the
Sure.
old-fashioned way, I can. Does that mean I want to? No.
No.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, if I was given the option of how you used to have to mod Minecraft versus how you mod Minecraft now, I would obviously choose now. Because how you used to have to do it back in the day was opening up the Minecraft default jar file, slapping the files into hopefully the right location inside the jar, and then praying that you didn't overwrite something important.
Yeah.
Teacher catches student, okay. About half of you, that's not a student, that was an entire lecture hall, and half of them got caught?
Oh, that one. Yeah. I've seen that one.
Your final exam will be handwritten. That's diabolical.
Oof.
Oh, nah, man. I am not putting up with that. My handwriting is so bad.
I mean, I literally have fucking nerve damage, so my handwriting's just beyond unlegible. I can read it in, like, the moment, but the second I forget the connection between the conversation and the symbols I wrote down, I have no idea what it says anymore.
Wow.
I still remember the only time I ever had to handwrite a paper was in 6th grade, I want to say. And it was a report on, you had to pick a country and do a report on it. And it was 5 pages written in pen. And now, Sneaky, as a fellow lefty, will understand this pain. Sneaky, my knuckles, the underside of my knuckles, was black from the
Why?
ink smearing on my hands.
I'm righty, but
Oh, I thought you were lefty. Yeah, never mind.
no,
You
I'm
don't
not a
understand
devil
that pain.
spawn.
Yes, you are. Just because you're not left-handed doesn't mean you aren't. It just means you skipped one of the identifying characteristics.
I didn't take that negative modifier.
Is being a ginger included in that?
I mean, it's one of the modifiers you can take.
Modifiers, quote unquote.
What, you didn't get a character creation screen?
No.
Man, if I had a character creation screen, you think I would have been as unoptimized of a build as I am?
True.
Right.
I'm not a devil spawn, says the man named SneakyDevil. Yeah, I'm not a devil spawn. I am the devil. Duh. It's in the name.
Anyway.
I had people comment on the fact that I'm lefty today as I was writing at work. Wow, man, we just have a fucking chat full of lefties, I guess. Damn. Is it the name? Is it the name? It's gotta be the name.
You summoned us into existence. It's your
Clearly. Fault. Canadian debuff on top of lefty debuff. Oof.
Oof.
Leaf. You will be raked.
Day of
Um,
break.
let's see. Thomas, blah, 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 crew members, Navy Blue of the USPRS, Foreign Service Corps. The bridge, however, wasn't militarized.
Lies. It's clearly not Soviet then.
True. Though the vessel had defensive capabilities, it was obviously a civilian embassy ship. With smooth curves, minimalist architecture, and the Union's insignia, a stylized star inside of a cog etched in soft gold leaf. Captain Savistica. Just because everything's the United Soviet States doesn't mean everyone needs to be fucking German. Russian.
Shut the fuck up, Ivan.
Your name is Ivan now.
Kalashnikov.
No, Ivan Ivanikov.
Yeah.
Ivanovka.
I learned to write with my arm in a cast from breaking it. Skill issue. I had to handwrite essays for standardized tests in AP history. Yeah, I mean, so did I. I mean, pretty much everyone here above the age of 28, I would say, probably had to handwrite at almost the majority of the stuff they worked on.
Yeah.
What is this? Probably had to handwrite. No, we didn't get. We were never allowed to use computers to do fucking anything in class, with the exception of, oh yeah, by the way,
no, senior year of high school.
We want you to print it.
No, senior year of high school. I would say since junior year of high school, they were letting us get away with digitalizing most things.
Yeah.
Not me.
But yeah, that's because you're fucking 90 years old, sign. Just because you graduated in the class of 1912.
1812, I'll have you know.
Ah, of course. I handwrote till about my senior year, 2016. Yeah. I mean, like I'm saying, like, you know, it's a little bit of a slider. But yeah, generally, I'm in my prime. True. You know what's always in his prime? His wives. Sign's wives never grow old.
Is that because he keeps trading them out for the new model?
No, it's because they're all fictional.
Exactly.
Sign, we understand that you're the person who threw away the Chobit in Chobits. That's all we need to know about you.
True.
The fuck
He
I
is.
am.
He is.
No.
He did. Nope, he 100% did.
No. Would not.
No, you would.
You would be like, I need to get the new model.
The fuck I would. No.
No, you totally would. You'd be like, this one can't cook, clean, and jack me off anymore. Replaced.
No. No. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's why we're saying you would do it.
I'm too broke to fucking do that. I got one, I'm keeping it.
No. Not, that would be horrible and emotionally scarring. I'm too poor for that.
Yes, true,
Oh,
yeah.
it would be horrible and emotionally scarring, but no, I'm
Can you believe he's only 77? No. I will say, I would love to go to a war museum, and instead of getting like a normal boring-ass guide or one of those really dog shit, grody audio guides, or an app that I have to download to my phone and scan the QR code of every display, I would really like to go into a museum, and there's just a full-ass fucking robot girl there that's like the representation of a ship or a plane or a gun or whatever the fuck the museum's about.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like that to
That'd be pretty
happen.
cool. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would be a lot more interested in the
But
museum.
until we get robot girls, that is not a thing that'll happen.
Soon.
And I assure you,
Soon.
they will not be used for that first.
No, but I will say the porn industry is very likely to be the ones that carry it over the edge into actually working models.
Oh yeah. I mean, have you
Yes,
like?
100%.
I mean, have you seen Sophia and what they're doing with her?
Yes.
Huh?
The
What the
robot,
fuck is a
Sophia.
Sophia?
Surely you've heard about Sophia.
You know what? I will say I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think we're going to have a vaguely working humanoid robot model. We're going to have a vaguely working synth doll model, and we're going to have a vaguely working LLM that can be portable. And some determined gooner is going to go out there into the brave world and combine all three until it works.
Yes. Well, as long as it also includes a fully functional artificial womb, they'll make billions, trillions even.
The NVIDIA RTX Woomer 9000, yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
Now with
Do not
live ray
speak
tracing of the
again.
baby. Beetle but horny.
Beetle.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be Beetle. Are you sure Beetle's not already horny?
I think Beetle is too much of a programmer to be unrepressed sexually.
Fair. Otherwise, Neuro would be saying some shit to give Beetle away.
Nora would probably demand a body. Nora's already demanding a body so she can fucking obsess over
Yes.
Beetle.
Yeah, Neuro has already asked for a body.
I swear, that guy is going to be the closest one to creating actual intelligence through artificial means. And not because
Yeah,
it's really
probably.
smart, but because it's so fucking jank-coded that it accidentally starts thinking.
Yes.
Because, I mean, if you're going to be honest, that's kind of how organic intelligence came about, too. You know, this lump
Yeah.
of cells in the multi-cell organism kind of just didn't really do much, but when they got together and ran electricity along their flagella, they started making the body faster for some reason. For all we know, she already has. No, I think we got maybe another 3 or 4 years to go. I don't think we have the hardware yet to support something with actual intelligence on the artificial side yet.
Oh, not even fucking close.
Yeah. Because, like, if we're gonna talk serious shit,
public.
like, the brain processes in petabytes. At minimum.
Brains are crazy.
We've got nothing public right now. Maybe military.
Well, I mean, apparently the
CIA,
U.S. has
CIA,
weapons that can
whatever.
rend time and space, so...
Oh, good. We finally published those, did we?
Apparently it got leaked during one of those press conferences, yeah.
Uh-huh. Who leaked that?
The guy giving the press conference, he said something along the lines of the U.S. has weapons that wield time and space or some shit like that.
Yes, technically we do. And have for a while. They're called nukes, by the way.
No.
They're also called lasers.
Also, no. Lasers and nukes are neither spartal nor temporal weapons. Anyway, so, the glorious power of super space brain communism. They don't even need AIs. They're just so good they invented a new FTL system, too.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely. That's believable.
Of course, the the admiral of the ship is a very cultured person who has read many sophisticated strategies through the lens of socialistic ethics. Marx, Sinclair, Lenin. Yeah, all people really famous for their highly competent and organized systems and ideologies.
Socialist systems and ideologies. Get it right.
No.
Ooh.
The mistakes of Earth's first contact with its own people would not be repeated here.
Excuse you?
For the USPR is different. They would not dominate or consume the local native inhabitants of this area. They would offer a new paradigm of galactic cooperation.
And communism, yes. Space.
And communism, of course, yes. Aircraft so fast it warp space? Maybe aircraft that warp space to be fast.
Oh, we're finally admitting we have those now. Is that it?
Alcubierre drives, I think they're called, right?
Alcubierre.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, all I can think of is that we have an Akaviri drive.
Yes, we are
No.
going to be summoning the Akaviri. It requires a blood sacrifice. Mexico will do.
We do not have a Macarena drive, goddammit.
Macarena!
Hey, Macarena.
No, you see, in fact, the power that rends space and time is powered by none other than
Alcohol.
Intel
Mambo
inside?
number 6. It's powered by Mambo number 6, the unreleased hit.
Ah, yes, of course.
If it's Intel inside, we have problems.
Let's see. He had trained for this. Hours of linguistics. Also,
Hours.
again, here's the thing, right?
Hours.
This is the thing, right? This is why I hate lefties. I don't want to get political, but I have to because the author is. This is why I hate lefties. It's like, oh, we come offering peace. It's like, great, cool, that's good for you. If the other side doesn't come offering peace as well, you're just a retard.
Yes. And the Turians, well, the Turians canonically shot first.
Yeah.
Bro, the Turian shot first, second, third, and then an asteroid.
Yeah.
Shot first, shot second, shot some more, and...
But yeah, and it's like, you can extend the hand of peace and solidarity only when you have strength so absurd that even fighting you doesn't make sense.
Yes. That is the luxury of the strong.
Yeah. The ship is broadcasting, vocal base, good luck, Comrade Pike, all frequencies, first contact package, blah blah. Oh, they have AI assistants. Of course they have AI assistants, and they're all named after Greek stuff. Of course they are. Let's go.
You know what?
Originality is lost.
I want AI named after beef jerky flavors.
Jack Links.
Oh.
This is my favorite ship, habanero mango.
Hey, now, don't knock mango habanero mustard. I don't know about
No,
beef
mustard
jerky,
is the
but
AI
mustard,
for the ship.
ah, cursed.
Indeed. Blah blah blah, neighboring systems, mutual respect, spirit of solidarity, diplomatic vessel. We are a unified post-capitalist civilization committed to social justice. Oh. So here's a problem with a first contact package like this. You're assuming that they know what a capitalist is. You're assuming they care that you're post-capitalist. You're assuming they know what social justice is. You're assuming they know what colonialism is. We are committed to the advancement of knowledge, the dignity of sentient life. Oh, so you're anti...
So you're what? Can you not say that?
I don't think I can say that on Twitch.
Type it out.
Hmm.
Yes. Well, no. They'll obviously put an asterisk beside
Oh,
that.
yeah, of course there'll be an asterisk. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. We
not really
reject
asterisk,
the
is it?
hegemony. We reject colonialism. We reject cohesive systems of power. Wait, we reject cohesive...
If you
Cohesive?
reject colonialism, how are you gonna build a space empire?
They're not, obviously.
How do you settle new planets if you reject colonialism?
They don't, obviously. They take over existing ones by spreading communism, comrade.
No, they've settled a bunch of planets.
Well then, they're clearly hypocrites. So
Yeah, well,
Just
hypocritical
saying,
communists? You don't say!
they're communists, yes.
Also, cohesive systems of power. All systems of power are cohesive. That's the point of power.
Coercive.
Are coercive or cohesive?
Sorry, coercive.
Okay.
They're all coercive. That is what power is.
Yeah, power derives from force, and you coerce people into doing what you say under the threat of, if you don't, you'll get fucking shot or thrown out the airlock or whatever.
Or just me and Grug beat you with a rock.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm sorry, literally everything is a coercive system of power. Why are you the leader of the ship? Because I am. Because the government put me into power. Okay, well, why does the government have the ability to put you into power? Because they're the leaders of everyone. Why are they the leaders of everyone? Well, it's because they are the,
They're morally superior, don't you know, comrade?
yeah,
Stop
true.
questioning the government, comrade.
Yeah, true. No,
That's
hold
not
on.
something a good
That
communist
was a
would
bit
say.
coercive. That was a bit coercive of you, sir. Are you trying to cohere me?
Yes, I'm trying to adhere you to the wall. Turn around and face it.
Trying to adhere your brains to the wall.
Yes.
But yeah, this is so fucking. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest. This is like genuinely the first time I've ever encountered a Mass Effect story where they got preachy like preachy when it comes to politics. Like, yeah, sure,
Really?
there's been plenty
This
of
is your first?
no, like there's been plenty of Mass Effect stories where they're like, oh yeah, like the Soviet one, and so we're not gonna talk about any of the Soviet policies. We're just gonna make space-themed sci-fi Soviets. We're just gonna gloss over how their policies work completely. It's like, oh, okay.
Because they don't fucking work.
We're gonna do hyper-capitalism. We're gonna do cyberpunk in space. It's like, okay, well, how does it work? We're just gonna gloss over that entirely. I just like the aesthetic. It's like, all right, fair enough.
No, you know what? If you're saying you're just going to do capitalism and cyberpunk in space, okay. I mean, we already understand how fucking capitalism works. We're pretty much in hyper capitalism just about at this stage. We get it. You don't have to explain it to us.
True. But yeah, it's just like, but I've never actually had an actual story sit there and preach at me about how in my AU of Mass Effect, we reject colonialism and have settled multiple planets. We reject systems of power, yet we are a totalitarian
Militarized.
government.
Yes.
We pursue social justice at the cost of everyone else.
But Sneaky, weakness is strength, ignorance is knowledge.
True.
War is peace.
What are you, the world's most retarded Sith?
No, I was
1984.
reading 1984.
Yeah, I know.
This came up in a Raw Road story I was reading. The MC was trying and failing to fix tensions between Drow and dwarves who've been warring for centuries. So she asks the help from a mysterious monster who destroys the walls of the Dwarven Kingdom, forcing leaders of both sides to negotiate, and then forces them into a magical contract banning them from fighting each other. And they all capitulated because he's extremely powerful and demonstrated how much power he had. Yeah. That's
Yeah, because that
yeah,
came
that's
from his power. He made a
that's
kingdom.
literally how it works. Yeah.
That is what kings do. Congratulations, he's the ruler now.
I mean, it's not just that, right? It's just like, there's actually a funny story. So I was reading I told you, I don't think I think I talked about this story. I was reading a Worm story, and where the character gets an Endbringer, and they made they ended up accidentally making a dictatorship, but the author was so hung up about it because they're like, man, I like democracy so much. Democracy's so great, but I accidentally crystallized the Plato understanding of perfect leader into a singular person, and everyone voted him to be the president for life, and he's immortal.
Oh wait, wasn't that a story here recently?
No,
You
not
had
on.
linked or something?
I might have linked it, but it wasn't actually covered in the podcast. It was just a story that I covered.
I could have sworn I could have sworn you were bitching about it at some point here in the last.
Oh, I
week.
was. It just reminded me of that again.
Unfortunate.
I see.
Damn. That's a fucking letter to get from your dad. Game flashbacks to Vosh's Coconut Island analogy. Do I want to know about the Coconut Island analogy?
I feel that we would all be better off not knowing about that, whatever that is.
Probably. And retards preventing
considering it comes from
capitalism is bad
Vosh.
for some reason. This is on par with AO3 authors having Japanese teenagers in Persona stories talk about BLM. Fair.
Oh, you mean just like they edited the Persona 5 dialogue to include that shit for Royal. Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. There was one especially egregious moment where so two of your characters, Ryuji and Joker, go to Akibahara, right? And they went looking for girls, obviously. Well, these two guys who they fit a series of descriptions and stereotypes. Approach and they start hitting on Ryuji. In the original version, he freaks the fuck out and runs away. In the updated Persona 5 Royal and Proud version, he's like, I totally affirm you, or some stupid bullshit. I forget
I don't
exactly what it was.
think so. I don't think that happens in Royal, buddy.
They edited it. They changed it.
I'm gonna need to see the source on that because I don't remember that in 5. In 5 Royal, I mean.
Hang on.
Of course,
Look it up.
there's every possibility I just skipped that shit.
And just like that, the first words between the USPR and the wider galaxy was spoken. Thomas sat back in his chair, the weight of centuries pressing down and lifting him up all at once. Whatever came next, partnership, suspicion, or something darker, humanity had stepped through the relay, not with weapons drawn, but words, with solidarity and not subjugation. He looked towards the alien ship in the distance, its lights faint but steady. Somewhere aboard, a Turian captain was processing the encounter. Somewhere, a system of ancient interstellar power was being nudged by the presence of something new. That's right, communism had never been tried before. Space communism will defeat the Reapers by allowing them to realize their collective dream.
Fuck off.
For in the space between stars and civilizations, a seed of revolution had been planted, not of empires.
That second image is a side by side of the dialogue changes.
Yeah. I mean,
They made it worse.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
there's nothing in there about Ryuji being like, I affirm you or whatever, brother. Like, like that's what I was taking umbrage with. I was like, at no point.
Oh, no. Sign's retarded. I know what
I
scene
may
he's
have
talking
misremembered
about.
that.
He's talking about the beach scene where they encounter the male to females.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, you fucker.
Well, there was also the bar scene with the gay character.
He's a
Who was-
cross-dresser.
Right, who was
bar
a
owner.
cross-dresser that they made gay.
I don't know that did they make him gay? I thought he was just straight in a cross-dresser in the original. Oh, they might have made him gay for the
Yeah, in the remake, yeah.
or the royal version rather.
Basically remake.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Persona
that
3?
was-
That was Persona 3. Like I said, that's what Sign was thinking about.
Maybe. It's been a while.
They're still trying to groom him in the royal version, though. Yeah, they
Yes.
are still trying to groom him in the royal version, but in the original version, they were just hitting on him. In a
Here
really,
they're
like...
trying to take an individual that they believe is looking to experiment and assist them.
Yeah. They made it worse.
Yeah. They
Oh,
made
yeah.
In a
it
different
way,
way.
way, way worse. They also gave them names, which, personizes them,
It's
which
supposed to
makes it
person-
even worse
Shut
as
up.
well. Because when you have them as unnamed people of just beefy trendsetter and scruffy romantic, then you can kind of play it off as, like, jokes. But once you add names to them, now they're characters. And now they're
Yeah, not so much
representing
that.
someone or something.
Yeah.
In Persona 5, I'm 90% sure there's, like, gay guys on the beach or something. I never played any of the games. I just remember a bunch of people bitching about them.
There are. Yeah, there are. And that's the beach scene I was thinking of.
Well, the same two characters in that street scene show up again at
They
the beach
show up
in that
on the
game.
beach. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Max,
And
do you
the
want a
same thing
Naruto
happens.
joke?
Ryuji runs away.
Sure.
Here, have a Naruto joke.
What?
Do you understand what's going on?
Unfortunately, I think this is going to require some deep lore for some of this.
Fair.
For what?
I mean,
Uh,
I assume that this is some kind of sauce gay joke.
No.
No,
So,
alright, Sai is an artist. His entire power set is drawing shit to life. That's Ino, who became his girlfriend later on. He's supposed to be drawing the trash can, but they swapped it out for the fucking weird Sasuke meme.
All I
I
can
have
say is that
nothing to
man.
say here, Sasuke.
That's a man who traded up.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
how he managed to
Sai
land
is
That was
Well, don't forget,
because
part
he's
of it
replacement
was
Sasuke.
he looks a lot like Sasuke. I'm going to go for that.
Yes. He is literally replacement Sasuke. He's got the bad boy thing going on, the emotional trauma thing going on. He's got the dark and handsome look going on that she likes.
So you think he's dark and handsome,
he
sign?
looks like Sasuke. Ino does apparently.
Yeah, like I said again, the dialogue in the Persona 5 Royal scene is just like so much worse. Not only is it stereotyping their method of speech into something that's, by the way, not Japanese, because like, oh, I'm the troll of Shinjuku. That's a Japanesey way of talking. Like that's shit they kind of say because they're weird. But
Yeah.
like they're doing specifically Californian gay speech. The gay vernacular English, I guess you want to call it.
Oh well, okay, hang on. I mean, that's. I believe that's just a localization choice.
That doesn't matter.
It
They
is.
still approved it.
It is a bad choice.
It doesn't matter. Like the original text could be a cake baking
no.
recipe.
No, because there's, how do I say this? There's a specific
There's-
way that is gay vernacular in Japanese. They're substituting it
Yes.
to get the point across. Like, that's actually good localization because they're selecting something that the
Right.
audience is going to correctly interpret the original intent from.
Right, but my point is that Atlas did that publicly. This is their public reasoning for doing this. Is their public reason for changing all of this is to get rid of the controversial scenes or alter them
Oh,
in
yeah,
a way
no,
to
I know,
make them
but
less
that's because
controversial. Right,
that's
but
because
that's what I'm
Atlas is from
saying, though.
Japan, and they don't
Right.
understand.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, though.
Ah, okay.
Is in this context of they are changing the scene to make it less bad, they are changing it in a way that's making it way worse.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make it less bad, they should have just kept with the Japanese straight translation, because that would have offended less people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this like, oh my god. Also, they completely changed the dialogue. It went from, hey, we're gay and kind of really over the top hitting on you, but like, not too much, just a little bit, just complimenting your physique and saying you should come over being gay with us. Into, hey, oh my god, we totally did teach him right. He's got his own little gay entourage now.
Yeah.
As if somehow, like, part of their lessons to him was how to make other men gay. Because apparently gay is now a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying.
Uh,
I'm
That
American,
one-
but Abdullah Abbas, Pakistan. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know why you would ever post on Twitter thinking you're genuinely a anonymous person. Like, people have scraped
well,
Twitter's
he's got a verified
databases.
account.
Sure, but like people have scraped Twitter's databases so many times that unless you're creating a brand new account, your shit's gonna be connected to something. Especially if you're verified.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have had an ancient account attached to a bullshit fake email or something.
You would have had to have. Well, no, you don't need to have an ancient account. You just need to have an account that's not verified, attached to a bullshit email you don't use for anything else, that's not posting any media that was taken from an iPhone, because iPhones post EXIF data.
Metadata. EXIF data.
Yeah. EXIF data. Yeah, that's what I said.
Androids actually do it too.
Androids do it now. They used to not.
Like, not all of them do, but some of them do. There's a setting to turn
You can turn it off on most of them. But yeah, it's like you have to jump through a lot of hoops these days to not expose information about yourself. And I'm sorry, but especially if you're paying for verification, especially if you're paying for verification, your ass is not anonymous.
You literally put your name out there specifically to verify who the fuck you are in real life. What did you expect to happen?
Well, no, because it's even if you jump through all of the hoops, right? Like you have a PO box and blah blah blah. Eventually, you are going to reach a point where the chain of identification is going to reveal your name. Because there is a start point Because you can go through a whole bunch of hoops to stay anonymous. Like, you can get a company to rent a P.O. box for you, but then you have to give the company your real name. But say the company accepts a Proton Mail, and Proton Mail doesn't require a bunch of stuff, but if you forward emails the Proton Mail, that could lead them to an actual email. Or if you use that email in other websites, like say you use that Proton Mail also for Nexus mods, and Nexus mods gets compromised.
Yeah.
Yup.
And then people can
And
scrape
unfortunately,
alternative IP addresses, because maybe originally you didn't use Proton Mail to log into Nexus mod and you used another email. Like, there is so much shit people can do to track you down. It is crazy. And that's not even getting into the people that can look at the grass in the background of a photo you took in the middle of nowhere and go,
Yeah.
ah, yes,
Exactly where you
the soil
were.
consistency looks to be about 62% red clay, and the grass there is Haemolyphicus graphicitidis, and that only grows in the same place as those trees with those sorts of clouds on a Tuesday when there's a plane in the background, so you are in Oklahoma. It's like, what?
Not just Oklahoma, but within 1,000 feet of.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're Red Rain or whatever the fuck his name is, then yeah. I saw some of his more recent streams where he's now getting into within 10 feet of the original location.
I think it was Jordan, the fast food secrets club guy who posted the video recently. I don't even know where I am, and one of those guys goes, "Oh, don't worry, I know where you are. Hang on." Goes through all of that and goes, "Okay, this is where you are. You're at this intersection on this highway in California, and here's fucking why." It's like, oh, yeah, yeah, that done it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please don't murder me.
Like, I will
Yeah.
never forget the fact
Yeah.
that we found that flag on 4chan.
Windu.
We found the flag because of frogs. Oh, this breed of frog only croaks at this time of the year in these areas.
There, it was found several times.
Oh, and I know it was, but like the I believe it was the original location was found specifically because of frogs.
I don't know that it was the original. I do know, yeah, one of them was a frog. Oh, okay.
The original
Live
location
stream
was
going on.
frogs because that was the field. And then it came. So
Well,
no,
not
the
the
original
field was like the
location
third or
was
fourth.
in New York City, but I mean that
It
wasn't
was in New York
difficult to
City.
find at all. And then he shut down the He Will Not Divide Us stream, which was a travesty because that was hilarious. And he put the flag
The
up.
second flag was also in New York on a building, and then it
No,
was like the third or
it was
fourth
not.
one where he went out into the countryside.
No. Nope.
No?
The first time he put a flag up when he took down the stream, and that flag was in the field. The second flag was in a room of a house, and he's like, haha, surely none of you will ever be able to find this. And people figured it out because a house renting site had put the house up at one point, and he mentioned
Oh, right, they had
driving
that
to an
walkthrough.
area for a vacation, and so people collated the two and managed to find it that way. And then the one you're thinking about of the flag in the city was the third flag, which is where it was in Britain, in a museum, on top of the museum. And
okay.
they parkoured their way up the museum
To
on
get
the
flag.
outside to get to the flag. Yeah.
Didn't he move it to like fucking Ukraine or somewhere retardedly far away at one point?
I don't think so. I think he gave up after that. Or I think he put it
I
up
could've
at some point, and
sworn-
then everyone kind of just moved on from him.
Maybe.
But anyway, Let's see what we got here. We got the bridge between. The Crucible activation has disappeared Shepard. The Normandy is lost. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf never recovered from that. Normandy is lost, and the galaxy is divided between hope and hate. As Earth falls prey to xenophobia.
Falls prey to?
You mean
Strange
enjoys
dreams haunt
xenophobia.
forgotten spaces. Something impossible waits in the Citadel ruins. What survives when legends fall? A psychological thriller exploring sacrifice and what comes after. Shepard takes in that bird dick.
What
Ugh.
did you just say?
Shepard
You
fucks
say
Garrus.
Garrus.
Turians have pronged penises for grip.
I thought they were screwdrivers, like a duck.
No, they're like a
Screwdriver.
cat where they bite into the target.
Oh, like barbed. Gotcha.
Yes.
That's gross.
Yes, well, women. White women.
Well, you know the dinosaur ones have 4 balls, right?
Yeah, and?
Redundant system, son.
What's
the
weird
fuck?
about 4 balls?
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, because they're
Okay.
supposed to have a lot of sex. I don't understand what's weird about this.
Yeah, like that's just saying take the
More
amount of
balls
nuts,
lowers
double them.
refractory period.
Also, my brother, they have a redundant nervous system. You're not gonna be like, oh, did you hear they got extra nuts?
Yeah,
Yeah, fair.
true. I'm not even gonna click on that one. That's a drama hurt comfort story. I'm not fucking subjecting myself to that slop.
Oh, good.
Also, 3 favorites. That's fucking brutal, dude. That is brutal. In the words of the council, know your place, it's under our feet. Seriously, in canon, the counselors had nowhere near this type of power. Why do you make this story? This is for the Soviet story. Why are you making this story so unrealistic? It's literally Emperor Spartacus and Minister Val calling all the shots, being complete hypocrites and assholes, while Arbos barely tries to be neutral. What the fuck, man? You're making them out to be villains, but at least be subtle about it. You're portraying them as all Donald Trump.
Really? Just portray them as Trump, really.
Apparently. Vosh explains how conservatives don't understand Warhammer 40k. I'm sure he got that completely accurately and unbiased.
It's Vosh. Of course he did. You can trust him.
I get that this was supposed to be an ambush, but you would think that you would own a weapon in the outer reaches of space. It doesn't matter that they're poets and farmers. What the fuck did they think was going to happen where they live on the outer rims of galaxy where there's barely any law enforcement? Okay, so like I said, this is literally the I'm going to go into this dangerous situation without weapon. Oh god, I can't believe I am dying! How could I have known going into dangerous situation without weapon would kill me?
Truly, what an unforeseeable circumstance.
Yes. Who could have seen this happening?
It's wasteful. as fuck. Your point making Spartacus so ear hungry.
Ear hungry? Is he?
I think he's a Zoomer. Or Alpha. I thought you were making T4 bod only reasonable one, but you make her pussy ass bitch.
Huh?
This is stupid. I loved the first chapter, but the rest of the story is boring as fuck. Now we have Benezia and Sparty telling people we should just be assholes, Lamau, and prove the USPR right about how assholes have power. I have to say this is an amazing story as a communist myself. I say this is pretty damn. Lose foe how hegemony, a power-hungry hierarchy, would be against the concept of socialism because they're afraid of losing power. The hegemony is the closest thing to socialism in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
The Batarians?
No,
No,
the hegemony, the Turians. Everyone's required to do service. Everyone's required to do public works. There is a universal disbursement to Turians for their public service. Like, they're so bad at economy, they went and enslaved another species to do it for them.
Yeah.
No, it's
Here we
the
go.
Turian
Let me
hierarchy.
guess. The Citadel
The
fleets will be
hegemony is-
crushed and the Council will collapse. In the end, it won't matter because Krogans are back in the fray and will wear down everyone. Oh, so humanity we just cure the Krogans. Okay. It's way too
That's
obvious what you're gonna do here. No one will be able to stop the communist war machine. Soon the entire galaxy will be space USSR. I can see the ending for the series light years away, and at this point it's doubtful the Reapers would ever be able to make a dent in the, quote, aegis of unity and solidarity that is the more equal human-led coalition. True. Yes, you see, we, humanity, we lead the space collective because we're more equal than others.
Don't you know some races?
Oh,
of
they
alien
also
are
had
more
one, that's
equal than
fair.
others.
Sorry, it's Turian hierarchy. They literally call themselves the
Turian
hierarchy.
hierarchy. Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
just so
Sorry.
you name yourself your government.
Yes,
the Turian,
we are the Turian
just
power
over
structure.
People. Yes, the Turian power structure. Yes. Whew.
Oh God.
We
I
are the
never really
Turian
thought
power
about it.
structure. The only power structure.
True. It's a war of ideology in your story. Productivity, communism versus stagnation, capitalism.
Oh. Oh Lord.
Only
No.
idiots would ally themselves with a decaying civilization. But it's also a false democracy that drags everyone down into a pit of order. Imagine 1,000 years of poverty and neglected innovation. Worse, it's happening to a civilization before Earth invents steam. This is a cruel reality of Mass Effect. You can't blame the Reapers for this.
I can and I will. The Reapers set that power system up. They designed society to evolve along specific lines.
The Citadel Council is the butt joke of every sci-fi out there because they're so lame and stupid that it makes the Imperium of Man look good.
No. No?
No, come on.
What?
Imperium of Man
That
actually is.
No, sign. We're not going there. The Imperium of Man is not good. They're better than Chaos, and that's all they are.
Well, I was about to say they're the best option out of a bunch of bad choices.
This is wild. Like these aren't AI reviews, which is the craziest part. It just. Do you think there aren't AI reviews because communism is mentioned in the subject title of the story, so all of the bots just automatically avoid it?
Possibly.
All of the bots think that it's another bot.
True.
Oh.
Communism is an ideology which is perfect. Okay. It's the Garden of Eden, which is a communism dream.
The fuck you say?
No, they're
Oh.
entirely correct about that.
Resources for everyone in abundance and no need to fight when food is everywhere. What? Yeah, but didn't the Garden of Eden kind of only really do the whole Garden of Eden thing because there was only 2 humans in it?
No, there was only 2 humans, but there was also a shitload of animals. Like,
Right, yeah, but the whole thing was that humans reign over animals. God says, you will reign over all the creations, blah 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 blah. But my point is that the whole Garden of Eden thing, no one fought, was because there was no one to fight.
I mean, you can make that argument, certainly.
I mean, hey, Sniper from TF2 said it best. As long as there's 2 people in the world, someone's gonna want someone else dead.
Well,
Which, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
they'll do one of 2 things.
Fight or fuck?
Yep.
The reason why paradise in religion is depicted as... Wait. There is a reason paradise in religion are always depicted as the problem. To put this in our real world, not gonna sugarcoat it, because humanity is awful greedy and incapable of putting good of whole over the self of the Union seem perfect because, in my opinion, they conquered greed as they look at alien is to they, the council look because they also are bound by same greed and fallings. At least this might take why Union is so perfect. What?
English second language.
Yes, they had little squigglies over the O. Therefore, they are English second language. But those are words. Those are words.
Words were said.
Meanwhile, next review. Is the Union a little bit too perfect for anyone else? There is no internal issues here. How do you have 7 billion humans and not a single issue? They never make a mistake. They never make a blunder. Nothing ever goes wrong for them. That blockade that happened after they antagonized the council did nothing to their economy. They also crushed the Batarians, and are now apparently they've cured the genophage as if it was the easiest thing ever. I try not to be the fun police here, but it's hard to root for a protagonist that has no setbacks. Yeah, Sign. It's really hard to root for a protagonist that gets no setbacks. Especially if they're a self-insert of the author on a quest to get large harems of women in a reverse sexuality world.
Wow, that's very specific, Sneaky.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go fuck yourself.
You're already doing that plenty for the entire chat, buddy.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see how everyone else messes up. Yeah, this is, yeah, this is dog shit. I mean, it's really funny how many people are crawling out of the reviews to,
Shit on the author.
yeah. Bro, you said it was destabilizing them at least 20 different ways. Please move on already.
He can't.
Yeah, it's just Red Front Writer. I'm really impressed with your writing. I'm also really annoyed as I had a vague idea of writing a story along these lines and you wrote it before I did. Of course you did, Mr. Communism Writer who writes communism into BioShock, Doctor Who, Aliens, Predator, and Mass Effect.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, we're gonna wrap it up early tonight here. Alright,
like fun.
ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on Friday because there is always